Cena vows to become last real WWE champion.
Penta joins Judgement Day for about half a second.
And welcome to the El Grande Americano era. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
John Cena starts us off by asking if something's on the crowd's mind. Chants of "F.U. Cena" rang out, with the ex-champ just smiling and calling the audience horrible people. This was followed by "Shut the fudge up," with Cena saying, "You make it easy." "You want to matter," Cena tells the crowd, adding he's going to ruin wrestling for everyone, then proceeds to tell us he'll win at WrestleMania 41 and become a 17-time champion before retiring with the belt and taking it home with him, vowing to become the last real champion in WWE. Out comes Cody Rhodes, saying this could be the most dangerous John Cena there's been. Cody goads Cena to take the belt by laying it down in the middle of the ring, Cody removing his tie, ready to rumble, but Cena leaves the ring, heading back up the rampway. Cody shouts "John." Cena heads back, but again disappoints and heads towards the back again. Rhodes tells Cena he will walk away from WrestleMania empty-handed, and it's also how he'll walk away from wrestling. Don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying what we do. We would really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Out next, the Yeetmeister for his tag match against A-Town Down Under. Jey's tag partner, Jimmy. We get some double team action from the Usos before they clear the ring, with Jimmy flying over the top rope, taking out both A-Towners. Jimmy then eats a huge forearm from Theory, with the action then heading back into the ring, with A-Town then dominating Big Jim. Waller ends up suffering a Samoan drop, allowing Jey to enter the fray, with Waller tagging in Theory. Jey gets the upper hand, hip attacks Theory in the corner and covers for 2. The match gets wrapped up after Waller eats a spear from Jey, with the Uso boys then 1D in Theory and Jey covering for the 1-2-3. After the match, Gunther appears, pushing Jimmy from the ropes and attacking Jey. Jey thought he had the upper hand and set off for a spear from the corner, but as he did, he slipped, allowing Gunther to rain elbows down on him. Jimmy came back into the ring, brandishing a chair and scaring the World Heavyweight Champion away.
Now I thought Drew McIntyre would have been in here.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of a feud with Jimmy, on and off.
Yeah.
Not mates. It's in Scotland. I know he's not on Raw, but Jimmy's not on Raw.
So we could just follow him.
Why not just bring him in?
Yeah.
You know, because I'm sure he wanted to appear.
Definitely.
On TV. I'm sure he might have done some house shows, but I'm sure he wanted to appear. But yeah, I think they could have just let him. Just my personal thoughts, that's all. Anyway, backstage with the Judgment Day, and we see Raquel Rodriguez readying for her Intercontinental title shot, with Liv telling Dom to go speak with Penta again about joining them. Carlito then pipes up saying he's going to challenge for the IC belt as well. I'm not sure if that's the male or the female, but he's going to challenge. I think he'd lose either way.
Yeah, fair, yeah. We see a vignette for Grande Americano next, and apparently his return.
Love this guy.
After the clip, we see Adam Pearce with Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Rey tells Pearce El Grande is Chad Gable, with Chad then appearing saying, "It isn't, it's El Grande Americano." Gable then claims he can't compete tonight as he's ill, handing Pearce a doctor's note. Pearce says the note's legit. Gable adds that maybe Dragon Lee, Gable's opponent, should take on the new guy, El Grande Americano, instead.
Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria for the Intercontinental Championship next. Morgan with Rodriguez. Rodriguez completely overpowers Lyra to begin with, even hitting her with a big boot as Lyra comes off the top rope. Raquel hits a suplex slam and covers for 2, but then misses a corkscrew elbow, allowing Valkyria to hit a top rope leg drop and cover for 2. Valkyria goes for Nightwing, Rodriguez escapes, pushing Lyra into the turnbuckle, and then has another go at her corkscrew elbow, hitting it and covering for 2. Lyra then digs deep and looks for a crossbody from the middle rope, but Rodriguez catches her and tries to turn it into a suplex. Valkyria counters it into a DDT and covers. Luckily for Rodriguez, Morgan's there to place her foot on the rope for her and break the cover. Valkyria then kicks Morgan through the rope, with Rodriguez picking Lyra up from behind and looking for the Tahina bomb. Valkyria counters, rolling Raquel up and getting the 3 count. After the match, Liv enters the ring and attacks Valkyria, with Rodriguez joining in. Out for the save comes Bayley, with her and Lyra then clearing the ring. So I can see this being a tag match further down the line.
More than likely.
But there again you see Liv Morgan.
We learn of the natural disasters being inducted into the Hall of Fame before we see Jimmy telling his brother Jey that he can't keep slipping up against Gunther.
Nice.
And that he needs to be the right-hand man Jey. Jimmy then spots Gunther and challenges him to a match next week. Jimmy then slaps Gunther before heading off. And boy did he slap him.
Oh, he did, yeah. He was none of this, I'm going to pretend to slap you and slap me leg. He properly caught him. Adam Pearce then heads out, telling us that the signature Rhea Ripley put on the contract for Io Sky versus Bianca Belair's match at WrestleMania counts for nothing. Oh. Thanks for clearing that up, Pearce, because I thought that was legit. Io Sky then heads out, saying she'll take on anyone, with her then being followed out by Belair, and her then being followed out by Ripley. Before the 3 can brawl, Pearce steps in and says next week it'll be Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the title. Winner goes to WrestleMania to face Belair. The 3 women then do fight, with Belair coming out on top after throwing Sky out of the ring onto Ripley.
That's not going to end smooth, that much.
Well, you wait till later.
We see Penta backstage getting ready for his title match against Bron Breakker when he's approached by Dirty Dom. Dom tells Penta he's good, but he could be better, and is willing to offer him a spot in the Judgment Day.
New Day demand a tag title match at WrestleMania from Adam Pearce, with Pearce telling them to do one. Bianca Belair then heads into Pearce's office, wondering who she's going to face at WrestleMania, when Pearce drops a bombshell. She's going to ref the match between Sky and Ripley next week. So, triple threat incoming at WrestleMania. Because whoever loses, if we get to that point, is going to kick off a Belair. So, ain't no way this is not going to be a triple threat now.
So,
which we said ages ago on our musings video. Link in the description somewhere below.
Next up, Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano. After some mat skills, we see a very impressive suplex off the apron from Americano on Lee to the floor, just as we hit a break. When we come back, the 2 are in the middle of the ring, with Lee going for a cover and getting 2. Lee then stomps El Grande from the top rope to the outside, wiping out both wrestlers, with the ref starting a count out. The 2 luchadors make it to the ring on the count of 9, and then exchanging chops in the middle of the ring. Americano then gets a 2 count after launching Lee into the turnbuckle and follows up with a missed moonsault, which allows Lee to hit a sit-down powerbomb into cover and get a 2 count.
I do like his sit-down powerbomb.
Lee sets Gable on the top rope, but Americano pulls Lee's mask off.
Sacrilege.
El Grande Gable
Who?
then locks in the ankle lock, with Lee inevitably tapping out.
It's El Grande Americano.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's not Chad Gable at all. CM Punk up next, and he's not in a good mood. He speaks about his triple threat match at WrestleMania, himself, Seth and Roman, and then says he works with children. He says Seth screwed him at Elimination Chamber, with the 2 men standing in his way having to go. For Punk it's business, for Seth and Roman it's personal, adding he can't wait to sign the contract for the WrestleMania match on SmackDown this Friday. So that's all going to kick off.
Yeah. Backstage, Kathy Kelly with Bron Breakker, and she asks him if he's concerned that Penta may be out there tonight with his new friends, the Judgment Day. It's not my business, replies Bron, saying he's going to beat Penta in the middle of the ring.
Last match of the night, Bron Breakker versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. Penta starts well until Breakker runs the ropes and drops him with a clothesline. Penta then returns the favour by also running the ropes and performing a Hurricane Rana, sending Breakker under the rope and on to the apron. Now, Breakker was on the entranceway apron and clearly on the wrong side as he quickly ran behind Penta, slid under the rope and stayed on the apron opposite the announcer's table. And you saw him do this while Penta was posing for the camera and Breakker ran behind him. This was all so he could send Penta to the outside and then leap on him from the apron to send him and Penta over the announcer's desk. Botch out the way, the two are now down and out behind the desk when the camera pans to the entranceway where we see Dom and Carlito heading out. Has Penta sold his soul?
We come back from the break to see the superstars exchanging blows in the middle of the ring, with Penta downing Bron with a super kick after he was winding up for a spear. Penta then reverses a move by Breakker into a backstabber and covers for 2, with Penta then signaling for the Mexican Destroyer. As Penta goes for it, Breakker stops it, lifts Penta above his head and drops him onto his knees and covers for 2. Penta then manages to send Bron out of the ring via a head scissors from the top rope and follow up with a dive over the top rope, which takes it out of both men.
Penta tosses Bron back into the ring, finally hitting the Mexican Destroyer and covering Breakker, but only for 2. Penta climbs up top, but Breakker follows and pulls off the Frankensteiner, covering for 2. Bron has had enough, so heads to the corner for a spear, but as he turns around, Dom jumps on the apron, causing the ref to head over to him. As he does, Carlito gets on the apron near Breakker and attacks him, which fails miserably as Breakker brings him into the ring and spears him. With Carlito rolling out the ring and Bron and the ref watching on, Dom seizes his chance, diving under the ropes and taking down Breakker. The ref then calling for the bell, ending the match. Dom bests Bron for all of about 2 seconds, and just as it seems curtains for him, Breakker gets whacked by a chair from behind. It's Finn Balor. Balor hits Breakker again and then teases to hit Dom, but instead gives him the chair, with Dom then attacking Breakker too. After Dom's done, he hands the chair to Penta, who then has another wrestling match, this time with his conscience. Does he go for Dom, or does he go for the flawed Breakker? He throws the chair back at Dom, who catches it and then eats a super kick from Penta, with Balor then attacking Penta. Finn hits Bron with the chair, again sending him from the ring, before climbing to the top rope and landing a coup de grace on Penta. Raw goes off the air with the Judgment Day standing over a broken and beaten Penta, which I feel now will set up Rey Phoenix or Phoenix or whatever you call him coming in.
Yeah.
Because now that you've got those, there was Carlito, Balor and Mysterio standing over Penta. Breakker didn't come back in to help him or save him. He was, I know he was hitter, but he could have come back in, and they were just standing over Penta. And now with Penta refusing to join them, they'll either keep beating on him for a couple of weeks, and then it'll be Phoenix will come in.
My only thing with that is his vignettes have been on SmackDown.
Well, it's always got to spoil it, haven't they? Yeah, this is true, but
it's perfect for him to come in.
I know, that's why I said it.
But
I forgot about that. They are on, I mean, they'll come together eventually, but I think, I just think they will. It's a shame Drew didn't turn up, as I said at the start.
Yeah, it would have been
good.
I
mean, even though he's a bad guy, the fans would have loved it because he's one of their own.
Saw that talking at the beginning, didn't have time for him.
No, clearly not. But I tell you what I am looking forward to, if he's still with us, the Bianca Belair reffing.
Oh God, yeah.
She even said, when Pierce said to her, "You're going to be the ref," Belair was like, "I don't know what to do. I've never been a ref." And Pierce was like,
nice.
"Well, you've got a week to learn."
Nice, yeah.
But for her to ref that, is she going to slow count anyone? Is she going to fast count anyone?
Yeah.
Who does she think she can beat? Oh, there's no way. No, that's not clean. That is that's triple threat all over.
Yeah.
Any thoughts or views you'd like to share, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, especially about what we've just been talking about. Thank you again for watching.
And we'll see you Wednesday for a look at this past week in WWE, and Saturday when we look at SmackDown.